Assad.
What price can you put on the years of housework a wife has carried out during her marriage? Hard to quantify? Well, a Chinese court has ruled that a man must compensate his wife he was divorcing with money. The case is the first of its kind under a new marriage law, and it has triggered much activity on social media. Our China media analyst Kerry Allen told me what the wife in question had said in court.
She argued that her husband had not shouldered any housework or childcare responsibilities for their son. She took advantage of the new law that kicked in at the beginning of the year. The court ruled in her favour and decided that she was going to receive 50,000 yuan, which is around $7,000, for the 5 years of unpaid labour as a housewife. This has been a huge talking point. It's made national news, and tens of thousands of people have been talking about it on China's social media platforms like Sina Weibo, which is China's version of Facebook or Twitter. A lot of people actually feel that the settlement doesn't go far enough. There have been people saying that actually hiring a nanny to do the same amount of work would actually cost more than 50,000 yuan. It's expected in China anyway that husbands buy a house as a prerequisite to marriage, so that they have to have a lot of money in a place like Beijing. And she's going to receive around 2,000 yuan a month. This is probably less than a month's salary. People see this as not a lot of money. It won't go too far from the husband. They think that she should have received a lot more.
Is this a totally new conversation, or have you seen this kind of thing discussed before?
It's the first time I've seen it in a court situation, but in China, it's increasingly becoming expected that people pay what are known as breakup fees. Because China's got a huge gender imbalance, there are millions more men than women. It's largely expected that if a woman invests her time for years with a boyfriend or partner, if they then break up, that she should be compensated for the amount of time that she spent with him. So I have seen previously cases where boyfriends have given their ex-girlfriends substantial amounts of money for spending time with them so that they can get back on their feet and get back on the dating market.
And the other thing that you want to factor into this, I suppose, is that the Chinese government's very keen on keeping families together.
It absolutely is, yes. Divorce used to be something that people could do in China very, very quickly. And this civil code that was introduced at the beginning of the year actually introduced things like a cool-off period so that people could spend more time together, considering maybe they shouldn't get divorced. So yeah, China is trying to discourage divorce in general. And this is obviously going to send a message to a lot of potential husbands that if they are getting married and they later decide to divorce, there could be consequences.
Kerry.